I am a sheepdog.
I have a subconscious and moral burden
to protect and help the people around me.
I believe in safety, responsibility,
and the God-given right to defend myself and others
from the wolves who seek to steal, kill, and destroy.
I defend the Second Amendment
by properly representing what it means to be a gun owner.
I will put aside my doubts,
my fears, and my excuses.
I will be trained, I will be ready.
I will be confident, and I will be prepared.
While some sheepdogs are born, most are made.
Becoming a sheepdog is a choice.
A new way of thinking and a new identity.
An alter ego that you must step into.
We are patriots.
We are defenders of liberty.
We protect those we love.
We are sheepdogs.
Hey, what is up, guys?
Good. I was going to say good afternoon, but I guess it's the evening.
We've been doing this long enough. You should know what time of day it is, Steph.
I'm tired.
Yeah, always tired.
I feel like I'm always tired. You know why? Because it's the time. So everybody knows Mondays are tough for everybody, right?
Not tough for me.
It's not tough for you?
I freaking I crush Mondays. Please. I make Mondays my biatch.
Please. And then Monday evening is like double worse than Monday morning. So.
How is there an echo? Oh, what the hell is this?
Echo, echo, echo.
Okay, so there's no echo anymore, right? Audio source.
Echo,
Video
echo,
source.
Echo.
Okay, is that better, everybody?
Okay,
tell me, is that better?
Is it better?
Is it not better? You gotta tell me in the comments. Fixed. Okay. All right, so what is up, Drew? What's up, O-Town Racer? What's up, Dan? Kathy, J, Ryan.
I just realized that I made a colossal mistake.
What's that?
I did not change my shirt, and I'm wearing a hoodie, and it gets hot in here.
I just thought you felt good stealing and wearing my clothing. Yeah? No?
Does that make you mad?
It does make me mad.
It's kind of cozy.
I know it's cozy, which is why I always wear it.
Not in here because it's hot. So I do your laundry, so nobody wants to hear it. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a great Monday. Yep, enter to win. Make sure you go to win.tampacarry.com. If you haven't done it before, if you did it last week, you don't need to do it again this week. But if you haven't, go ahead and do that now where we're talking nonsense and nothing important.
Yeah, so enter to win. What are we giving away tonight at the end?
I honestly didn't plan anything, so let's
just
do a
figure
t-shirt.
it out. Figure it out right now.
A t-shirt.
Okay. Let me tell you something. Okay. Here's the trick that you got to understand, Tiffany. I'm going to tell it to everybody else.
Gosh, not going to hear this.
Even if you don't know what you're doing, you just say it with confidence. So you didn't plan a shirt. You just go, boom, we're giving away a shirt, a hat. We're giving away whatever, right? Pair of Ryan's old shoes. You just say it boldly.
Hi from Coconut Creek. Awesome.
Coconut Creek. Where is that?
Is that like Coconut Creek, like where we go Coconut Creek? No.
I don't know. I don't know where that is.
Okay, where's Coconut Creek? Tell us.
It's near the coconut and a creek. There's a creek there.
No, is it like Bonita Springs area? That's what I was thinking.
Could be.
Yeah. So, happy Columbus Day. How did everybody celebrate? We worked.
Yeah, we worked. Bruce, welcome to our lives. All right, so let's jump into the first video. This is a pretty crazy home invasion that erupted in like epic gunfire in Miami. Now, this is actually a little bit old. This happened during the COVID era, but I think there's some lessons to be learned here. So let's watch this video.
Shoot me! My son is in here!
A blast at home. And not in a good way.
Everybody got onto the ground. My son just stayed there, like, right here on the couch.
How old is your son?
7. Grabbed him, and I ran straight to the bathroom. Shooting at me. They shot at me about 7 times, 6-7 times.
A home invasion on the 4th of this month. Do you consider yourself lucky to be alive right now?
Yeah, I do.
Here's how it began. As a guest pulls into the driveway of the Northwest 86th Avenue address, 2 men are seen rushing the SUV. That driver, the family's guest, is forced inside by 2 robbers as a group in the home watches the Heat in the NBA Finals. 2 men with guns order everyone to the ground. This as Pacheco, who is in the bedroom, grabs her pistol.
I said, don't shoot me, my son is in here.
Don't shoot me! My son is in here!
You can imagine a mother's fear as she's inside of her room, which is being riddled with bullets. This door is brand new now, the glass replaced because it was shattered when bullets came through. But the bullet holes remain elsewhere, including in the closet door, in the bathroom door, on the headboard of the bed, and on the television. Her husband and another rush in after the crooks fired their shots throughout the home, fortunately missing everyone. Those robbers stole watches and jewels from the group, fired, and then ran.
Okay, so is this true? We got to look at this real quick. We're gonna go. Hold on a second. Can you guys hear me? All right. So Tiff said, number one, like, what did you say here?
Well, I was like, that's interesting attire for the news interview, and then I noticed that they blurred out her behind, so I was like, oh, she's got company over. And
you know what? I thought it was kind of strange that like your husband has all his friends over and you're like,
no, but wait,
not dressed in the next room.
You guys missed it. There's a camera mounted over top of the bed.
Like on the bed board or on the ceiling?
Like here's the bed frame, and there's a camera mounted right here on the wall, like pointed down towards the bed.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. With those three things, right? You have company over, and they're blurring out your. It kind of looks like she's wearing a thong.
Just a thong.
But here's the funny thing, though. Like, I mean, whatever. If I had that body, but I wonder what they do in the house.
OnlyFans, Steph. OnlyFans.
Maybe.
All right, so.
Yeah, okay, she's wearing a thong. I was right. Because, yeah, it's different if, like, you're in your house by yourself, but they're having, like, a party or whatever, right? Like, people are coming over to watch the game. So is that, like, normal attire that you wear when people are coming? And then she said her kid is in the room. So I don't know if the kid was really in the room.
I don't know.
Anyway, besides all of that, weird little things that I noticed in that video, pretty crazy, right? How they just started, like, blasting rounds right at her.
Yeah.
When she went out to scream that.
Yeah, so what I noticed from that, I mean, so these bad guys, they saw somebody come in. They knew when the guy was pulling up, right? Like, these situations are either planned and they're, like, premeditated and they're executed properly, or they're just acts of totally random acts, right? I don't believe this is a random act. This looked like they knew somebody was coming. They knew some dudes inside had expensive watches, lots of jewelry, all that stuff, right? And they kind of strategically played it out.
Yeah. It looks like it's probably something planned, and that's like Ryan and I were talking, like, how do you avoid this type of thing? Because, I mean, the way it happened, there's not really a way to avoid that, but I think we can be selective with who we kind of share our home with and, like, what possessions we have. These people obviously knew that they had expensive watches and stuff like that. So that's just something to keep in mind, right? Like, you don't think someone's going to break into your house over, you know, maybe a couple $100 watch, but there's people that will over that. So
it might not be a couple $100 watch. I mean, it could be a $20,000 watch, a $50,000 watch. I mean, we just don't know, right?
Yeah, I just can't even fathom buying one of those.
Okay, so is it legal? Let's see. So does this scenario fall under the Florida Castle Doctrine law?
Yes. It would follow under the Castle Doctrine. However, just because of, like, what I seen, maybe not if they were engaged in any kind of illegal activity.
Okay, let's get to what the law says first. So it says a person who is in a dwelling residence in which the person has a right to be has no duty to retreat and has a right to stand his or her ground and use or threaten to use deadly force. So this is the actual, like, justified use of force statute right here. A person who unlawfully and by force enters or attempts to enter a person's dwelling, residence, or occupied vehicle is presumed to be doing so with the intent to commit an unlawful act involving force or violence. So here are the, like, critical questions you have to ask before you determine if the Castle Doctrine law is actually justified. So number one, did the attacker enter unlawfully?
Yes, although that could actually be put in question.
No, because I would say that was more of like a home invasion. They had that dude at gunpoint and they, like, forced him.
They weren't invited. Yeah.
Open the door, we're going to shoot you, right? Like, that's definitely an unlawful entry. Number two, did the attacker enter by force?
Yep.
I think that would qualify.
Yeah.
Is the use of deadly force a reasonable response?
Once they started shooting bullets and actually even just having the gun out, I mean, yes.
Yeah. It's game on, right? All right. So where is that line in the sand?
When they come barging in with guns a-blaring.
Yeah, as soon as they come in.
Yeah, because they have guns in their hands. So, I mean, right there, you obviously are giving me reason to believe that you're not just there to say hello. You're there, you're there to hurt someone.
Okay. Now, you kind of, when I was showing you that video before we started, you, had some criticism of the way that young woman handled the situation.
Well, I just felt like if they've got guns, I don't know that I would, be poking around my head around the corner being like, don't shoot over here. I think I would get in a position of, defense over somewhere off to the side, away from the door, and just wait for them to come in and then blast away, because then you're the element of surprise for them, because they don't know where you're standing.
Sure. They
don't know. So if you're ready with your gun right at the door, it's going to take them longer to get you in target as it will for you to get them in target. That was my thought. I think
what that young girl heard is I think she heard a bunch of people come in screaming and yelling.
And she didn't know what was happening.
And she didn't know there were actually guns involved yet.
Well, she said, don't shoot.
True.
She said, don't shoot. I have my boy in here.
Yeah.
So she knew they had guns.
Okay, so Michelle says never should have announced herself.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. Just instead, get back and hide and get ready to shoot.
Yeah, so Bruce has an interesting comment here. He says, what if the invaders slipped on an FBI t-shirt first? That has happened in the past.
What is that?
FBI.
But
FBI.
T-shirt. Oh, if they had the FBI t-shirt. Got it, yes.
How much wine have you had tonight?
No, I thought it said, slip on. I was actually
You were thinking something sexual here, right?
No, I was legitimately thinking slip. I'm like, why would they slip? Step on an FBI t-shirt and slip?
Oh, that's what you thought?
Yeah. I was thinking very literally here. It's Monday night. Please forgive me.
Apparently. Well, we got the Jewish redneck prepper on, so my life is now complete.
Yes.
Somebody to manage my money and help me prepare for the end times. All right. Anything else touch on that one? Feel good?
No, it's just super crazy.
Yeah. So this is a great scenario, though, of why we need to make sure we really understand what you can and cannot do with your gun.
Yeah, because when something like that happens, that's not the time that you want to be asking yourself, am I allowed to shoot in this
Or
situation?
what is my plan? Right? Because that girl, if you guys saw in the video, right, one of the bullets went in front of her. Another bullet went behind her.
Oh,
so she was taking a position of concealment, but not a position of cover.
Right.
And when gunshots are coming at you, you need to be taking a position of cover. That's something you can hide behind that's actually going to stop those bullets.
I don't know if there's anything in the bedroom that would stop it, but...
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so first question comes from Mike. He said, I put a no contact order on my neighbor. I think my neighbor put a no contact order on me in retaliation. Mike, I'd like to know the whole story here, buddy.
Yeah.
Do I have to surrender my weapons or my concealed carry permit? So, if you didn't get an order from the court saying you have been officially red flagged, and you have to surrender your guns to law enforcement within a certain time period.
Yeah, if it was an issue, they would say, do you have firearms in the house? If they don't say anything, keep your mouth shut.
And the cops would have knocked on your door by now. And the fact that, Mike, that you're saying, I think he put a no contact order on me, pretty much tells me it's irrelevant. Because if you were getting your guns taken away, you would know you're getting your guns taken away.
Yeah, but word of advice to you, Mike, because we had a crazy neighbor that was just an idiot, crazy.
Stole my barbecue food.
Yeah.
Which I don't take that.
From Uber Eats. But listen, just stay away, be the bigger man, and just stay away.
And then when it gets midnight, 2:00, you poop on their front door.
No,
that's how we handle problems in the Thomas family.
Ring doorbells, and we are going to see that on the news, and we're going to play it here on our show, okay? We're going to play you pooping on your neighbor's doorstep.
You remember that homeless guy at our Tampa, at our gun store that I used to have a homeless... remember the black ninja dude?
Yeah.
So he used to stand... You guys probably remember him if you've been in Tampa for a long time. Big, he's probably 300 pounds, black dude, never wore a shirt, always in little shorts, and he would do karate... on the side of the street.
And then he
for
started,
10 hours a day.
Then he started doing it with a massive heart on.
Let me tell you, I was intimidated. But he would do it with a full erection in Tampa, right on the street.
And then like yell at the girls, but you like almost got into fight because he called me a whole bunch of names. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember all this. So we used to trespass him and tell him, you cannot be on our property. Stay away from us.
So he took a crap.
Took a poop.
Right on our
Right in front of my
doorstep.
gun store.
Nothing like a human poop on your doorstep when you come in on a Monday morning.
But this is why you want employees, because it's like, hey, Mike, I need you to go clean up the back. I need you to go clean up the front steps.
There's a little something on the front step.
All right, so according to a recent study by the FBI, violent crime is wildly increasing across America, which is interesting. Lena says, I had no idea Ryan could be intimidated. Lena, when you see a penis bigger than your arm, that's an intimidating thing to look at. It's intimidating.
This is true.
Thought the guy was trying to smuggle a rifle or something.
Intimidating
in his pants.
for a woman as well. Uh-oh, video buffering.
I know, we're having lots of problems.
Oh,
All right.
From subway attacks to aggravated assault to cold-blooded murder, violent crime in the United States is on the rise, according to new FBI statistics out hours ago. From 2020 to 2021, murders increased from 22,000 to 22,900, a 4.3% increase. That's in addition to the murder rate significantly climbing between 2019 and 2020, when murders jumped 29.4%. A silver lining, robbery decreased 8.9% from 2020 to 2021. FBI officials insist the new numbers, while official, are technically estimates, as several major police departments have yet to voluntarily submit data in a new collection system used by the Bureau. The 2021 statistics do not include data from the New York or Los Angeles police departments, suggesting the real number of murders could significantly climb. The summer surge spilled into fall. 53-year-old Paul Kutz was killed over the weekend visiting his son at college, after authorities say a homeless man opened fire in a Poughkeepsie, New York hotel.
So what are your thoughts? It's the number one thing I hear from students when they're coming to get their permit is they say, I'm here because the world society is just getting more and more dangerous. Do you feel like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see, that was the 2021 results. I'm curious to see the 21 to 22 results.
Yeah, we won't see that, though, until the summer of
I know,
2023.
I know. It takes a while for that to come out. But isn't it funny that New York won't just give their
New
information?
York and L.A.
Yeah, but they're so great, and everything that they're doing is so great, and their gun laws are working, and their gun laws are making their city safer. So why are they not sharing that data with us is the question that I want to wonder, right? What's going on here? They know.
Maybe criminals that beat and abuse elderly people, and then you allow them to bond out, or you just write them a ticket, and they go right back on the streets and do violent, evil stuff again. Yeah. Maybe that's not the solution to violent crime.
It should be mandatory. It should be mandatory, and there should be a review board.
What?
It should be mandatory that you have to report all crime.
Yeah.
Okay. Not. This is not optional. This is not I want to get reelected this year for my whatever place, so I'm not going to share the crime stats. I mean, that's a bunch of bullshit. The public has a right to know what cities are safe and which ones aren't, which states are safe and which ones aren't, right? Before moving their families there and stuff like that, or before reelecting people. Because if you're doing a piss poor job because you keep saying that our gun laws are keeping us safer and then not reporting crime, that's a bunch of BS. And the people should be able to hold them accountable. So it should be required that they share this information, and it should have to be backed by 3 people. Seriously. Otherwise, you know what they're going to do, right? They're going to, this wasn't a violent crime. It was a slip and fall.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to start changing the records. So it should have to be verified by the state attorney or something like that.
You're talking about too much accountability, Tiffany. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what I like. Accountability.
Yeah.
Because that will help us to make sure that the right officials get elected, but it'll also help us to make sure that we're passing the correct laws, right? Because why would we pass more
But that would mean they want to pass the correct laws.
If the gun laws prove that you are not safer with stronger gun laws.
Yeah.
It only makes sense. So why are we not using our heads? And guess what? I didn't even graduate high school and I know this. So maybe some of you that have gone to university and stuff like that and are on, higher elected boards can take a thing or two from me. Just saying.
Or as Myron Golden says, the government indoctrination camps, also called schools.
But I'm just saying, like, that would only make sense, right? Because that would really help us to see the data. And then, you know what? I'm even bold enough to say this. Okay?
Well, what do you... Tell me, Tiffany. What are you bold enough to say?
Bold enough to say this. Listen here, Kelly Ripa. I'm going to take your spot. No, that's not really what it is.
Coming for you, bitch.
But you Ooh. But you better watch out, because here is I am bold enough to say that if the gun laws proved that it was a safer place without guns, I would back them doing whatever gun things they wanted to do. Because if you could prove that, if you could actually prove that it would be safer, that criminals would all of a sudden, poof, follow the law, and crime would go away, and crime would drastically drop, then I would be fine with saying, sure, pass your little gun laws. But I know damn well that that's not what's going to happen.
Sure.
I know damn well that the criminals aren't going to be like, all of a sudden, poof, we care about the law and we want to follow it. Please send us your book so we can know exactly how to follow the law. They want your book, right? They do.
The criminals?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, we should write a book. The Criminals Guide.
The Criminals Code.
The Criminals Code.
Ooh.
Okay, hold on. Let's brainstorm this real quick.
Put it in the comments.
Secret? Okay, Criminals Code. And basically, we'll write this book and we'll put the law and then we'll say none of this matters to you. Because you're a criminal.
Because you're a criminal.
Do whatever the hell you want.
Do whatever the beep you want.
I was thinking about having Buck write a book, but I was thinking, dude, it would take so much time. Like, we'd spell all the letters and stuff, like the Chick-fil-A cow thing. How they're all bad and, like, purposely. Is there an app to purposely misspell words?
No, but I think you can just have, like, a kid rewrite it. Like a younger kid, that like Jackson, that sounds out the words, and it's like totally.
You guys want to hear something funny? Paisley comes to me the other day with her homework assignment. She's like, Dad, I have to read this paragraph and find all the misspelled words. And I was like, okay, how many words are misspelled? She goes, there's 16 misspelled words. I read the whole thing, and I was like, I'm pretty sure they're all spelled correct. I said, go ask Mom.
We couldn't figure it out.
Mom found them. So we're good.
So
she passed.
Okay, I literally just bought the Criminals Code.
Did you?
.com.
Freaking nailed it.
Yeah, because I really think that would be a
great book.
I
think it's a great book.
Would you guys read the criminalscode.com book? Well, I guess you don't need the .com in there. The Criminals Code book that told criminals what they don't have to follow.
Yeah, what they don't. This is what you don't have to do.
Yeah, because you're a criminal. I think it's great. I think it's a great idea. Uh-oh, we're locked up.
No, it's fine now.
Are we good? Yes, Jeff says he'll read it.
Kay.
Perfect.
All right, so question number 2 says, am I allowed to carry my gun at the YMCA? Not sure.
Wait. Do that again.
YMCA. I think it's something like that.
We should have had like a little song playing.
You know what? Didn't even think about it until right now.
Yeah, would have been
totally
great.
Impromptu. All right, so that's a great question. And Julie says, because they have childcare, that's why she kind of feels like
that's a good question.
It could be a prohibited place.
I don't think that we've gotten that question before.
We haven't. Great question, Julie. So there are 15 places that are prohibited under state law. So number 1 is any place of nuisance, any police, sheriff, or highway patrol station, any detention facility, prison or jail, any courthouse, any courtroom, any polling place, any meeting of a governing body of a county, public school district, municipality, or a special district, any meeting of a legislator or committee thereof, any school, college, or professional athletic event not related to firearms, any elementary or secondary school facility or administrative building, which would include a preschool or a
like a daycare.
It's actually not a daycare.
But
it's a preschool.
Daycare, if the daycare has VPK.
VPK, then it is classified as a school.
Most daycare, 90% of daycares do VPK because they get free funding from the state. So most do. So just keep that in mind if you have a child in daycare that you think, oh, it's a private building, it's no big deal. But if they teach VPK, which is a lot of them do now that it's funded by the state, and they get extra money.
Yeah. Any career center, any portion of establishment licensed to dispense alcoholic beverages for consumption on the premises, which portion of the establishment is primarily devoted to such purpose. Any college, university, inside the passenger terminal or stereo area of an airport, or any place that is prohibited by federal law. So, Julie, the The YMCA is not on that list.
Yeah.
The only thing that could make it a prohibited place, as Tiffany was pointing out, is if the daycare also offers a VPK, is that what it's called?
VPK, which most of the YMCAs that I've been to don't. So, I mean, you're probably pretty safe there. You could ask. You could ask to double check. But they offer childcare, but it would be considered like private childcare. So you would be fine. But just make sure that it's secured properly because you're probably like exercising or something, so you don't want it to, drop out.
Yeah, so Life and Death says, what about a list of prohibited places that you can legally fly with? The reality is you can fly with anything that's legal as long as it's legal to possess in the state you're departing from and the state you're arriving in. So like if I'm leaving from Florida with a switchblade, switchblades are legal here, but I land in New Jersey, that item is illegal to possess in New Jersey. So there is no way to compile a list. It would be very complicated.
Yeah, you could, but it'd be very complicated. And the other thing that you want to also remember is like some of this stuff is very serious. You think like, it's just a folding knife. When we were going to Mexico, I was like, oh yeah, we can't take our guns. I was like, I'm going to take some pepper spray and a folding knife, right? And Ryan's like, well, I would Google that. And I'm like, really? Like pepper spray and a folding knife? Everyone's allowed to have a pocket knife, right? I Googled it, and it's was it up to 5 or up to 3 years in prison for a folding knife?
But 3 years in prison in a Mexican prison is like 100 years of prison in American prison.
But this is just for like your standard little like Swiss Army knife is what I was thinking. That's crazy. So make sure you don't just assume that whatever you have is legal because it seems like it's something that's so...
you think it's common sense, but it's really not.
Or common use, right? Like a Swiss Army knife. I would think that that's common and allowed anywhere. I wouldn't even think, why would somebody ban that? I mean, people have it in their pocket to pick their nails, right? It's not even that serious.
So Maritza, hospital is actually not on the list of prohibited places. I've covered this lots of times, but a hospital says you're not allowed to carry in any hospital with the exemption if you have a concealed carry permit. So if you have a carry permit, you're allowed to carry in a hospital.
Unless they treat mentally ill patients.
Right.
Which, again, most hospitals, to some extent, do treat mentally ill patients. So for the most part, I wouldn't really carry in a hospital because for the most part, if somebody gets called, call the police for a 24-hour watch on somebody mentally, technically, they'll most likely go to the nearest hospital for that.
Okay, so What's Up says you can carry in an airport. No, you can't. I just read the law. Inside the passenger terminal and sterile area of an airport. Passenger terminal is anywhere there are people at an airport. You cannot conceal carry at an airport in Florida, period.
Look at Ting Ting's comment. So she was in China. She had a construction pencil sharpener, and TSA made her give up her pencil sharpener. So there's a lot of things. I guess she could sharpen that pencil really strong and like stab someone.
I guess. All right, so this is a famous telenovela.
Is that like the
telenovela?
Is that the Spanish news?
Yeah, Spanish,
oh, yeah.
which I used to watch very fervently, trying to immerse myself in the Mexican culture
You were not
to
doing
learn
that.
the language.
It's because the Telemunde, whatever, ladies.
What are you saying?
You would watch it for the ladies.
They dress in a very
single days.
They dress in a very respectable way that I respect and honor and appreciate
This is when Ryan was a bachelor and he didn't have cable, but he could get in the Muende channel.
Telenueve.
Yeah, so he would watch that. He says it was for the news, but when you don't understand Spanish, it doesn't really make sense.
No, it's trying to pick up the culture. I speak fluent Spanish now because of that, because of those actions back then.
You probably know, like, a swear word.
Miami just convicting a telenovela actor of manslaughter for a deadly road rage punch.
We, the jury, find as follows. As to count 1, manslaughter. The defendant is guilty of manslaughter.
A road rage incident back in 2019. The car Lyle was riding in was cut off. Lyle's vehicle, the one he was riding in, cut off another vehicle on Northwest 27th Avenue near 14th Street. Hernandez got out of his car and struck the window of the car Lyle was in with his hand. Video shows Lyle getting out of the passenger seat, punching Hernandez, who we have a photo of right here. He fell backwards and hit his head. That injury would prove to be fatal.
Okay.
So, I mean, Ryan, this is kind of blowing a hole in your whole thing of how many people die from a punch.
Yeah, it's not going to blow a hole in anything.
I know, but you say a lot of times, like, not that many people die from a punch, but here, you know, we've been seeing in the news, quite a few people dying from a punch.
Yeah. It's still statistically improbable.
Yeah, but, I mean, this is one of those things, like, I know this is, you know, not a shooting, but the reason that we shared this, one, it just happened here in Florida, but this is an example, again, of just stay in your freaking car.
Yeah.
Like,
stay in your car, bro.
Stop getting out of your car. You got, like, this is an American thing, because this doesn't happen in other... Maybe,
no, it doesn't.
Maybe like no, it doesn't.
I saw a wild road rage in Canada. The dude was actually like ramming the other guy.
Okay, like whatever, maybe like once in a while. But I'm just saying, like, this is a constant thing in America.
Yeah.
And like, come on, like we gotta do better. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, who cares if somebody cuts you off? Move on with your freaking life. And honestly, if you are gonna blow up like a dumb ass mofo over that, you need to get some help.
Yeah.
You need to just stop. You need
to go down to Nebraska and release some stress.
No. You need to get some help. Like, go get some therapy, read a book. What kind of book could they read, Ryan? Like, is there like a Dale Carnegie book or something they can read?
How to win friends and influence people. Don't pimp slap your neighbor.
No, but I mean, like, really, like, okay, you need some Jesus in you. Like, say a prayer.
And we're not talking about the landscaper.
Read some. Oh my. Oh my Lord! I quit. I'm done. I'm over.
Oh my Jesus. Okay, how could this situation have been avoided? Stay in your car. Don't get out of your car, man.
Stay in your car. Lock your door. So what? Somebody punches your window. You know what? Move on. Move on. You know, flip them the bird through your window. Move on.
Yeah.
I don't even suggest doing that, because honestly, the guy will shoot you through.
But again, the dude that got out of his vehicle and approached the other car and punched it, I get that he was trying to make a point that these other guys were being jerks. They pulled in front of him and cut him off and stuff. You're dead now.
Yeah.
Because you thought it was wise to get out of your vehicle at a red light.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Just stay in your car.
Stay in your vehicle. Put on some, you know, Jesus music and just go on with your day.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
Okay, so does this situation, we're talking about the men inside of the vehicle, the guys that got out, punch this dude.
So no.
Does somebody coming up to your car and punching the window, does that fall under the justified use of force statute?
Why don't we use the guy that came to your window and came aggressively to your window and punched your window? Are you allowed to use deadly force against that person? Because, you know, that was the shooting of that idiot guy, I can't remember his name, that shot the 45 at the guy on Waters Avenue. Because the guy
Curtis James
walked up to his car aggressively, he thought that he could shoot him.
Yeah.
I mean, so are you allowed in either situation to shoot? And the answer is no.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what the justified use of force statute says. We're not going to read it. Does that person, that guy, the telenueve star, sitting in the car, does he have a reasonable belief of imminent death, great bodily harm, or the imminent commission of a forcible felony?
No.
The answer is no. Nobody around you, you're sitting in that car, is going to die within seconds.
And you're in the safety of your car. Different if the guy presents a weapon. There's no weapon. He flicks the window. Does no damage. I mean, it does nothing.
Yeah. Okay, we already kind of covered that. We covered that. Is the use of deadly force immediately necessary?
No. And here's the thing. Like, you know, we all have to learn that things like this are probably going to happen to us. I mean, just in today's day and age, there's going to be someone who's going to be psychotic. And they're going to try to start a fight or ram their, you know, little grocery cart into your car, or like that lady on the road the other day. Like, people are crazy. But you have to be the sane person, because if you notice in all of these cases, it's two hotheads.
Sure, of course.
Because when you just have one hothead and you do not, I was going to say reply back, but whatever it is, like when you do not pay attention, it's over for them. Like they want somebody who's going to give them something back.
Sure.
And when you just ignore them, they move on. And so you have to be the trained one to just hold it together.
That question doesn't matter. That question doesn't matter. Where's the line in the sand? So let's say
if you see a firearm.
somebody comes up to your window, you're at a red light, the guy like starts punching and slamming your window. Where's the line when you would have a legal right to pull and no choice but to use your gun?
I think if he broke the window, if he had like a glass break or something and he broke the window, then I might feel like, okay, now you're forcibly entering and I don't know what's next, right? So that would be probably for me a line in the sand. Or two, if I saw if he had a firearm in one hand or if I saw a firearm at all, then I would say, hey, now you have the ability to shoot through the window and kill me like within seconds. And I might shoot back.
Yeah,
so if I can't drive off.
If I saw somebody get out of their vehicle with a gun, I'm going to try to drive. And if I can't do that, then it's going to be game on.
Stuck there, yeah.
But yeah, definitely if they try to break the window, if they try to open the car door and get in, I'm going to use deadly force.
Yeah, but let's be clear here. Let's really try to, because there's been several shootings where they said, like, I thought he had a gun.
Okay.
And then it turns out that they don't. And the one that happened, maybe like 2 years ago on Bloomingdale Avenue, maybe they did have a gun. I think actually they flashed it from the waistband. So they actually did have a gun. But the other one
had a gun and shot through the windshield, killed him, yeah.
Yeah. So you have to make sure that you not like I thought.
No, you have to have a reasonable belief.
Yes.
So again, it's just like the cops that shot and killed that woman who had a BB gun recently in Florida.
The Uber driver.
So that woman had a BB gun. But when the police are kicking in her door to serve this warrant, it was reasonable for them to believe that this was a real functioning gun. That situation with the Uber driver in Lakeland, where the guy was holding a black cell phone and said, I got a gun, right? You want me to effing kill you? And then the man, I forget his name, pulled out the gun and shot and killed the dude. It was reasonable to believe that guy had a gun because he said he had a gun and he was holding something that looked like a gun.
Yeah. So,
yeah, pretty crazy. All right, here's a fun question I'm super excited about. Tom says, my brother-in-law recently passed away. Sorry, Tom. Yeah. And he has a lot of guns. My sister-in-law wants to sell most of them. Where can she get the most money and where's the best place to sell them? There's also a lot of ammo. So she basically has three options, Tom.
Did you realize that I did not send you this email?
Okay. She has three options, Tom. So number one, she can sell the firearms individually herself. And that would mean she would have to create an account on Gunbroker, on Florida Gun Trader, on Arms List, sites like that. And she would have to list them, upload 1,000 pictures, and she'd have to deal with a bunch of random people messaging her, trying to negotiate price, trying to trade weird stuff like a toaster for a gun, or a jet ski. Hey, got a jet ski. It's like, no, I want cash, dude, right? So that's option one, but that is how you will get the most money.
But most of those people are looking for deals, and if you're not being realistic with your prices, I mean, you're just not going to get it because they're on those sites to look for deals. They're not on there to pay full price.
Top dollar.
It's just the way it is. And you have to meet most of these people, or you got to go, ship the gun and stuff like that. So there's a lot of
effort.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Option number two is she could bring the gun to a gun store and let the gun store sell them on consignment. Which, if there's a lot of guns, we were very aggressive in this in our gun store, and we know how to sell guns fast.
Yep, and
I go to a lot of gun stores, and gun stores don't know how to sell guns. Yeah. Okay, I bought a gun on Saturday, but it was because I got a really good deal on it. You give me a really good deal, and I'm going to buy it. But if you're trying to charge me above retail, I'm not interested. Why? You're not motivating me in the slightest bit to buy this gun from you. So most gun stores suck at doing consignment sales, in my opinion. Or she could sell the guns to the gun store herself, but take whatever the guns are worth, cut it by 50%. That's how much the gun stores are going to pay for it.
Yeah, because they got to hold on to it 30 days. They got to do pawn paperwork, and then they have to, sell it for a profit, but still staying under the retail price and in a used gun market price. So,
or the final option, Tom, which is honestly the best, is to send an email to Ryan@TampaCarry.com.
Stop.
Ryan@TampaCarry.com.
Stop.
No, I'm just joking.
Stop.
I will buy all those guns.
No.
All the ammo. I will buy everything, Tom.
No.
Tiffany does not need to know.
The email's still going to come through me and delete.
Ryan at TampaCarry.com.
Nope.
Okay, next question says, or next story. This is another interesting home invasion, and this had a different kind of ending.
Sure did.
Okay.
29-year-old Tarika McAllister is in tears, but more empowered than ever.
It's like making me stronger, but I'm just kind of still shook up. I know I get over it. I did what I had to do, and I'm glad that happened. I'm glad I did what I did.
On Tuesday morning, she woke up to a loud noise and her dog barking. 20-year-old Malik Isles of Johnston County was inside her home, staring her down.
A stranger was in my house, and I didn't even, it's really hard to be by myself right now.
She yelled at him to get out. After the third time, she ran to get her gun.
I was fumbling with it because it's my first time shooting it. So
McAllister was terrified, her heart beating fast, her hand shaking. She shot him multiple times, something she's never done before.
I got it off safety, and I just lifted it up, and I started shooting at him, and wherever he was moving to, I just shot him out of the house.
Giles was found 200 yards from her home with gunshot wounds to his lower leg and right side.
Yeah, I felt good. I felt like I had control.
It could have happened to any of us.
Yeah, so you're saying poor girl, huh?
Yeah, I mean.
Scary. Very scary.
Yeah, and I know. Yeah, gangster tats on her neck. Totally, but
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. I'm glad she was able to stop this guy, but this story gives like a false sense of security to a lot of gun owners out there. Mm-hmm. This young lady, she said in the video she had never shot the gun before. She had never rapid fired the gun before. And she epically missed. Where did she shoot the guy? In the foot and in the leg or some nonsense?
Yeah, and she shot a lot. She shot like 5 rounds, right?
That is not acceptable. If you're not able to put effective shots on target during a self-defense situation, then you are not ready.
Well, there's a lot of things that could have went wrong right there, which scares me. You know, saying that she never shot it before, which would tell me she doesn't really understand proper grip. And if you don't understand proper grip, there's a good chance that you're going to limp wrist it. And if you're limp wristing it, there's a good chance that it's going to jam on you.
Yeah.
And if you've never cleared a malfunction, there's a good chance that you're going to have a malfunction that you're not going to be able to clear. And now the bad guy's going to shoot you. So there was a lot of things. And then the other thing that really stuck out to me is she shot 5 rounds or something, which makes me think okay, where else could those other, bullets hit and go to, because you weren't being able to hit your target accurately. It's a little scary. Now, thank God everything worked out. Nobody else was injured and she was able to stop the bad guy, but it could have been worse. And that's, a little bit scary. So I agree with her on the, encouraging people to have a firearm, but then I would say make sure that you shoot it. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you know how to clear a malfunction. Make sure you're doing the proper grip, and you're not going to end up with a double feet or something like that because you're limp wristing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, James. He said she probably had a full metal jacket in the mag too.
Yes.
Dude, my sister-in-law, we have had this conversation with her a dozen times over the last 12 years. Yeah. Dozens of times.
More than
But she's sitting on the couch Sunday, and we're talking, and she goes, "What do you mean? I'm not supposed to use the same bullets at the range as I do in my gun for home defense?" And I'm like, "Lori, we have talked about this."
And then she's like, "Oh, it's the little box that you gave me." I'm like, "Yes, the one that says self-defense ammo."
There's a reason one is double the price, okay? But she's blonde, so we try not to hold it against her. We know it's hard for the information to process.
Yeah.
No, but it is important to have the right ammunition because the wrong ammo, it just is not effective. It does not stop that threat. And our goal is to make this an unfair fight. Yeah. We want to stop that bad guy as fast as possible.
Yeah, OTL Racer, he says, I wouldn't talk to the reporters after a self-defense shooting. I agree with that, but I think... I agree with that.
Until you get a letter from the state granting immunity.
Yes, exactly. But once the state says, they're not going to prosecute, then you're safe.
Then I'm publishing a book. I promise you, the book will come out the day or within weeks.
Okay, well, don't tell me the name because I don't have time to look it up on.
Yeah. All right, so could this situation have been avoided with this woman? Or
no,
because the bad guy was already in the house, right? Not much you can do.
No. Anytime there's a home invasion of some sort, it's
But this is why it's important to have early warning systems home alarms, doors and that are windows that are locked, security cameras, and dogs.
Yeah.
A lot of
Dogs
people
are good.
perceive those items. Like, I can't tell you how many people I meet, they're like, I don't need a gun because I have a dog. Well, did you know that if you spray a dog in the face with off oven cleaner, that the dog is over? The dog will not attack you anymore?
I mean, most dogs, let's be honest, you just give them a pack of bacon.
True.
With a couple holes in it or something, and they're going to
go ballistic.
They're going to go crazy, like chewing that sucker open. Like, you can do whatever you want. But what dogs are really good for is, before the Amazon guy gets to my door to drop off my package, my dog hears him, he knows he's there without even looking at the window, and he already starts barking. So I already know that someone is making their way up my driveway before they, just because they sense it right away.
So that's the purpose of those 4 items, is to tell you that something bad is happening. But then you actually have to have the ability to stop that thing. And that's your effective decision-making and the application of skill, right?
Yep. Extra window lock, somebody said. Yes, thank you, Dan. We appreciate
Thanks,
that.
Dan.
Also, glass break. You know, like, back in the day, you could only get the stuff through, like, ADT, and you had to pay, like, a $40 a month monitoring fee, and you had to pay, like, you know, $250, $300 for the system. But now you can literally go on Amazon. You can buy, like, a glass break thing that's wireless or whatever.
You're talking about if glass breaks,
So,
it
like,
sets off an alarm.
Yeah, so glass break, the window things, right, the beeper things, like, it doesn't have to be hooked up to alarm. It's literally $4 a sensor to put on your windows and doors so that as soon as it opens, right, when you're not expecting it, not like, you know, during the day, that it starts beeping really loudly. Now, not that that's going to stop the attacker. Sometimes, though, it may, because they may think, they don't know if this is a real alarm or a contact, and they may just be like, no, I'm out because the police are on their way and I don't want to deal with this. Or they're going to keep coming in, but now you've been notified that someone is in your house. And you can get those contacts for $4. They're literally a peel and stick.
Yeah.
Stick on your window, stick on your door, stick on your patio door. That thing that you did to our patio door, just explain it really quick, because that was really good.
Yeah, so we have, like, big sliding glass doors. And, you know, the locks on those sliding glass doors are very just easy to defeat. So I was searching online, and I found this little device. I basically had to screw, put some holes into the sliding glass door, drill a hole into the concrete of the floor, and then at night, I can actually drop this steel pin into the concrete of the floor. And could you still open it if you, like, rammed it for an hour or 2?
No, you would have to smash the window.
Probably.
You can't.
It's pretty hard. It's in there.
So, I mean, it works better than a board in the door. It's really, really great. I don't know what it's called, but you press that metal rod down into the cement, and that door is not opening. Otherwise, before, you can literally, and
just jiggle it. And
I'm going to
eventually
tell
it'll
you
open.
this, because we did not find this out. Our daughter told us, okay? We have a brand new house, brand new sliding glass doors, and we did the little sliding lock and the other lock. So 2 locks, okay? And if you grab that handle and jiggled back and forth for less than a minute, it would open. It would open every single time. So I'm going to challenge you all tonight, if you have sliding glass doors, to put your locks on the door and wiggle it a few times and see if you can get in. Because if you can get in, obviously there's a problem.
Yeah. Okay, so does this situation fall under the Florida Castle Doctrine law?
Cheers, Dustin. Yes, I am. But here's the thing.
Okay, you can answer the question or what?
He said, am I drinking wine this evening?
I know.
I said, yes. So I pretty much only drink wine on Monday night. I have a glass. But otherwise, I really don't, because I just...
And on Fridays and Thursdays, Wednesdays, Tuesdays.
No, sometimes it's Ryan on a Friday night.
And on the weekends.
I'm just saying. I usually only drink it on Monday night, honestly, because it helps me to talk a little. Otherwise, I get a little tired and shy.
Yeah. Okay. All right, get to the point. Does this scenario fall under the Castle Doctrine law? So this is the Castle Doctrine law. A person who unlawfully and by force enters or attempts to enter a person's dwelling, residence, or occupied vehicle is presumed to be doing so with the intent to commit an unlawful act involving force or violence. So did this attacker enter unlawfully? Yes. They didn't have a legal right to be there. They were not invited. What?
We sidetracked so long, I forgot the story.
This is the young girl that just shot and killed the guy.
Yeah, 100%, yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm freaking embarrassed tonight.
Well, that's good. I'm embarrassed by you and your shaved girl beard. I mean,
it actually doesn't look bad on this camera.
It looks better now,
Yeah.
but I was not happy with Ryan. He had it nice and thick, and he shaved it off. Actually, it's already grown a lot.
It has.
Because he looked like he'd look like kind of feminine.
Shut up. All right. I'm going to turn this whole live stream off. Did the attacker enter by force? We actually don't know how the attacker entered, but I'm going to make the assumption that he opened a door, broke a window, kicked down a door. So I'm going to say yes, he entered by force.
Yeah.
Is the use of deadly force a reasonable response?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Got to smoke that fool.
Yeah.
And where is the line in the sand? What?
Tom says, I'm not funny when I drink. I'm just Asian.
Dude, what Asian joke did I make the
What
other day?
does Ryan look like clean shaven? You will never know, because if he does it, we're missing the show. I'm not even doing it with him. Because,
I have not shaved this goatee since Paisley was born. That's when I first started growing it. I do look bad. Like, my face is very narrow anyway.
Yeah.
So because my face is so narrow, then when I don't have hair, it just looks super weird.
Because the hair, like, thickens it. But also, you really do look young. Like, he looks like I need a man.
Oh, I'm a man. I'll prove it to you. Real quick. Quick.
Let's move on, please.
All right.
We're keeping it PG because it's only 8 o'clock.
Okay, here's an interesting question. Are self-defense keychains legal in Florida? They are sharp and designed to hold through your fingers in grooves. Or would it be considered the same as brass knuckles? I am my concealed carry permit.
I have.
I have.
Yeah.
Okay, I just thought he was taking...
No, it's Linda. It's a woman.
Okay, all right. So, Linda, under Florida law, with your Florida concealed carry permit, these are the weapons you are legally allowed to carry. So you're allowed to carry a handgun, electronic weapon or device, tear gas, knife, billy, but you cannot carry a machine gun, which I find interesting they had to point that out.
Yeah.
So obviously any type of handgun, which also includes like an AR pistol, an AK pistol, that's all classified as a handgun.
People get confused by that. I actually had a comment maybe on the Florida Concealed Carry group that asked about carrying
yeah, it's a handgun, so you're allowed to carry it. A taser, so that's a taser. That's what the police carry. And then this is a stun gun. You're allowed to carry pepper spray, which if you want amazing pepper spray, this is the best pepper spray on the market. I know that because I got sprayed with it once.
Yes.
I'm Tom Cigars. I'm sure you've been sprayed with pepper spray more than once.
For all your inappropriate comments.
You're allowed to carry a knife.
Yeah.
But you are not allowed to carry a machine gun.
Machine gun.
Isn't that freaking badass?
Yeah, but that's a little hard. Why did you pick something like so huge?
I'm just used to big things.
Well, I'm not, so that says something.
Yeah.
Use your imagination.
So, but nowhere on there does it say that we're allowed to carry brass knuckles. Now, I can tell you.
Is that considered brass knuckles?
I don't know, to
you
be
know
honest.
What I'm
it's pretty
about,
close.
Though, right?
Yeah, they're like the bulldog ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you guys a story that I don't think I've ever shared. When I was in the military, I was at a nightclub in Ybor. My buddy, like we were leaving the bar. It was like closing, so they're kicking everybody out, right? We're leaving the bar, and I was underage. I'm like,
You're
18.
underage in the bar?
Yeah, I mean, you can go there 18. You're just not supposed to drink. But I had a bottle.
They let you, okay. Oh, because you got to show your ID at the...
It's a bar to drink, but 18, they let you in, right?
Oh, so your buddy goes out, buys a drink, and then gives it to you.
Okay. So we're leaving, and my buddy gets into a fight. So, or like an argument. So I turn around, I've got a bottle of beer in my hand, and I go up, and I'm like, dude, like, we're not doing this. Everybody stop, and let's just stop. All of a sudden, you know cops, when they grab you, they're like super aggressive, right? The cop freaking grabbed my head, slammed me against a wall, and I was like, dude, I'm the one that stopped the fight. Okay? I'm the one that stopped the fight.
I'm not doing anything here. And they're like, well, you don't look 21, because if at 18, like right now, if you shave your beard, you look like 15.
Let's get back to the point here.
So at the time, if you're 18, you probably look 12.
Okay, so this cop now is like, I don't believe you. He's like, you were going to hit that guy with the bottle. And I was like, I was not going to hit anybody with a bottle, sir. I said, I'm in the military. I can't hit somebody with a bottle. So he starts searching me. And guess what he found in my back pocket?
You did not have brass knuckles.
I had freaking brass knuckles,
Why did you have brass knuckles? Where did you get brass knuckles?
I have no idea. Flea market or something, probably. So the guy's like,
OMG.
This cop's got me on handcuffs on the ground. Like,
now he's got you brass knuckles, 18, drinking when you're not supposed to, and you're trying to use your military card.
Yeah. So he's got me on the ground, handcuffed. My buddies are all like, sir, we like are not whatever. And the guy goes, what's your first sergeant's name? So I told him, and I'm thinking, oh, bro, I'm in so much trouble. And he goes, listen, I'm a retired Army, or I'm an Army veteran. He said, I know that if I call your first sergeant, you are screwed. And I said, yes, I am screwed, dude. And he goes, I'm going to let you off right now, but if I ever catch you again doing this, like, you're gone.
Oh, you're
and I was
so
like,
lucky.
Dude, I was so lucky.
You have had so many calls.
So many like that. It's unbelievable.
That you've gotten out of?
Oh, dude.
It must be that pretty boy face.
It must be. It's I have talked myself out of so many arrests. It is not even funny. Like I did a Zoom call with my brother. My brother just moved back from London, and I didn't even know he was in America. But anyway, him and I were on Zoom for like 2-3 hours or something. And Paisley was in here. We're like reminiscing all these stories, and it was the first time I actually shared a lot of stuff with Paisley.
The kids told me all about it.
Paisley was like, oh my gosh, Dad, like you did some crazy stuff. I was like, this is like the tip of the iceberg, honey.
Okay, so Tom says he's a cop whisperer too.
Dude, I'm telling you. I can talk myself out of some stuff.
All right, let's do a giveaway.
Okay. How are you picking a winner here?
Oh, crap.
You got to pull in the email, or you don't have that. You got to do it quick because you screwed up.
I forgot that's okay. We'll just pick somebody on here. So all you do is do a roll of the thing. Wait, hang on. Wait, here. Actually, first, everybody, if you want to win a T-shirt, and this is the T-shirt you're gonna get. It's shown right here. This is our new undercover Sheepdog T-shirt. So you see on the screen here that T-shirt. You can see it. So if you actually look, because you can't really tell. Yes, either comment Sheepdog. Yeah, comment Sheepdog. Thanks, Tom, for setting that up.
The decisiveness is what I love.
Yes, comment Sheepdog while I talk, okay? On Facebook or YouTube, Dave, doesn't matter. We can see your name, so you can go ahead and I never win anything. Well,
not going to win tonight either.
It is what it is. So this is what I do. I do a on the mouse pad, and wherever it lands, that's who wins. This is the new undercover Sheepdog line. So here's the story. While you guys all enter, Sheepdog. There's a lot of people that are like, I am a professional, or I don't want people to know that I carry, or I don't want a shirt that has anything gun related on it, or anything that'll give me away. So these are our undercover Sheepdog t-shirts that still say you're a sheepdog, but nobody knows what it means. Unless you're a sheepdog, really.
Okay, very true.
Yeah, so even the word sheepdog is like, done in a funky way so that you can't even really tell. But it is badass. That is a badass looking shirt, isn't it?
I gave some money to this homeless dude at a red light, and my truck says Sheepdog on the front, right? So I gave this dude like $10 or something, and he comes up and he goes, "Oh, Sheepdog, huh? Yeah, I used to own some sheep."
He literally thought that Ryan was like a sheep farmer. Super funny.
Yeah,
love
awesome.
that. Okay, so I am
Tiffany,
going to...
You're not even on the right screen.
I know, I need you to get me on there so I can do a roll of the dice. All right. Okay, Don Walker, you are the winner. Mr. Don Walker.
All you got to do is send an email to...
No, we're not saying an email. Don, here's the deal. If you went to wintampacarry.com and you entered, I will find your name there, and I will email you. If you didn't go to wintampacarry.com...
And put your email address in.
I won't find you. Therefore, I won't send you an email. Therefore, I won't send you the T-shirt. How's that?
We're supposed to be encouraging people here. You're freaking screaming at them.
No, because I want you to go enter at wintampacarry.com, and here is why. This is why I want you guys to all know. Because last week we got banned from YouTube. In case you didn't know, we were banned for a whole week. And then they also sent us this letter that said, like, if you get banned again, we're going to ban you for longer. And then if you get
90 days next time.
Then if you get banned again, we're going to delete your channel. So here's the deal. We want a way to be able to contact you guys. And you guys aren't just going to give us your information willingly. So we have to bribe you with T-shirts.
An ethical bribe. And if the ethical bribes don't work, we're going to try not so ethical bribes.
We're going to come for you. No, that was not how do you do a Johnny Montana?
We're going to find out where you live.
Yes.
And I'm going to do something.
Okay. We're terrible at this. So anyway, Don
What
Walker,
did I do wrong? What's up? I posted a video that since I got banned on YouTube, I have seen on YouTube and Facebook, I also got blocked on Facebook, I have seen that exact same video about 24 times.
So it was just a news article about a axe attack that happened in New York. So really crazy. Why? It's not like we did anything, massively wrong. We just shared a news article.
Shared the news.
About real.
But according to YouTube, I am promoting hate and violence.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I'm pretty sure I'm promoting education, responsibility, making good decisions, and being a responsible gun owner. But apparently we're dealing with some liberal with blue hair in California that just pushes a button.
You can leave the L word out of it. We have a lot of nice clients, customers, watchers that actually are liberal. Not all of them
have blue hair.
Not all of them hate gun lovers, stuff like that. So
I know.
We got to keep that word out. Just some jerk in California that's doing it. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we appreciate you watching. And wine drinking. Yes, and wine drinking. All right, guys, we appreciate you very much, and I guess we're going to see you next Monday. Next Monday.
Be safe.
Cheers.
Nope, that didn't work. What is that? What is happening?
What's
wrong button? Okay,
I am a sheepdog.
I have a subconscious and moral burden
to protect and help the people around me.
I believe in safety, responsibility,
and the God-given right to defend myself and others
from the wolves who seek to steal, kill, and destroy.
I defend the Second Amendment
by properly representing what it means to be a gun owner.
I will put aside my doubts,
my fears, and my excuses.
I will be trained, I will be ready.
I will be confident, and I will be prepared.
While some sheepdogs are born, most are made.
Becoming a sheepdog is a choice.
A new way of thinking and a new identity.
An alter ego that you must step into.
We are patriots.
We are defenders of liberty.
We protect those we love.
We are sheepdogs.